Have you ever wondered how to set up an e-commerce-oriented business with web hosting? Do you often wonder how to choose web hosting to make up for your home-based needs? Have you found yourself frequently thinking if you have proper knowledge of all the mistakes doing it? If yes, then you have landed on the right video. Welcome back to another episode of Colorful Finance, the #1 source for content centered around earning money from home. We provide you with theoretical experience in our videos and practical experience with the tools we provide you in the description. Subscribe to the channel so you're always up to date with our latest uploads. In this video, we'll take you through everything you need to know about web hosting for your e-commerce-oriented business. Now let's get into it. People get intimidated when they think about web hosting, but with a little time and effort, you can have a nice website to share with the World Wide Web. Before you start shelling out money for a domain and web space, you need to decide what you need a website for and how detailed you plan on making it. For most users, there are plenty of free resources for personal sites. When shopping for web hosting, it is important to consider your primary use of a website. Will it be for business or personal use? How many visitors do you anticipate having each month? Each web hosting company provides a variety of packages, each of which has a bandwidth limit. This is the number of visitors that can access your website on a monthly basis, and the price of your web hosting will be largely determined by this and other factors. Many companies offer free web hosting services in exchange for them placing banner advertisements on the website owner's page. The majority of free web hosting services, however, are designed for personal or small business use. The reason is that they offer a small amount of megabyte availability for website storage and do not provide a URL that is easy to remember. In the present online climate, many business websites are being used as online shops and online service providing resources. Where the customer or the client would feel equally comfortable browsing in an actual office or shop as surfing the related business website. These websites can also take advantage of shopping cart functions for online shopping, which means one can shop virtually on the net, satisfying their need by selecting and purchasing the products they want to buy. Traditionally, web hosting refers to the service that keeps a website's content online at a specified URL, making the content available to web surfers. However, now many of these e-commerce applications can be bundled at a low cost and discount e-commerce web hosting packages from hosting providers. The very role of e-commerce in our life and its influence is nearly beyond measure, and thus, it is imperative that a business keep an online presence. E-commerce is essential for the growth of an online business, especially moving forward. E-commerce web hosting packages are valuable in that they can create and increase revenue and profitability for an online business. E-commerce even reduces overhead costs and can play a major role in revolutionizing your customer service. And if the e-commerce web hosting can be found at a discounted price, then there is no question about the value of these services. However, there are certain things that have to be fulfilled if one wants to receive the full potential value of e-commerce web hosting. They are registration, web hosting, web designing, web promotion through creating links, database solutions and marketing, software development, and other add-ons including privacy policies. Web hosting packages with e-commerce solutions at a discount rate can provide the most secure ways for your customers and you to begin trading online, where the business would demand less face time from your end. After all, e-commerce, or the flourishing of commercial activities through the electronic medium, holds the very future of the commercial world. Choose a host that matches your home business needs. With a plethora of hosting companies' bounty services, pulling opportune netting publicity seems an intimidating task. The mechanical idiom is operos to explicate, and that makes it ballbuster further. It is better to prepare beforehand and then search for offers rather than acting otherwise. What is lacework hosting? If one compares the lacework to sleep, hosting is the domiciliate where your occupation or website interests be placed. The server is the computer that stores your website files and allows them to be viewed by clicking the marry to your site. With handout hosting out of look into for deal and fanatic hosting over inordinately expensive, common hosting is the separate and good preference for home business. As the name suggests, in shared hosting your site is stored with many others, unlike dedicated hosting which stores only your site. Disk or server space. This is the opportunity on the hard disk of your server that entrusts be allotted to your site. Without graphics, a banal interlacing page occupies 40 to 50 kilobits. Now 1000 kilobits equals 1 megabyte. Allowing hope for graphics exceedingly and cupidity for subdivision ultimate expansion. Anything between 50 minus 100 megabytes should be good enough if you are not running a flashy website. Many companies offer space up to 1 gigabyte, 1000 megabytes, but if you do not require it, do not fall for the offer. Bandwidth? An exceedingly wanted attribute and usually overlooked. This is the appraisal of an unalloyed break that can be transferred from the net server that holds your website. It is straightaway linked to the content of visitors to your site. If you have 10,000 visitors per month with few downloads, you will require anything between 5 minus 6 gigabytes per month. More downloads mean a higher requirement. As your business grows, you will need more. For starting, 10 gigabytes should be good enough. That leaves you with an extra margin. Email aliases. This lets you concoct an email inscription on your house directions, for example, anything at your http://sitename.com where an affair can be support, live support, help, info, permits, etc. Anything. This makes your alertness leer professional. Look for your needs, but a shape around 10 is good enough. Many companies offer unlimited aliases too. Watch for these too. If your agility to credit loot on your member and reach SSL, secure socket layer, encryption is a must. If your appetite for your part to be interactive, you would order to settle CGI, Common Gateway Interface. So prominent to look for a host who supplies you with your own CGI bin. If you fancy instigating your corner in Microsoft front page, 𝐥𝐤𝐤 whether your hotel keeper provides front page extension. If you flurry to survey a zone with a database, since MySQL should be a desired feature. Your host should besides safeguard your handout mirroring your server. You should have a freebie drawing near to annals files and statistics of the traffic your distance receives. If your host offers a referral program, it is better. Customer support. This matters an exceptional going to your business. You will ambition this help whenever you tour in trouble. If your host is not productive or is not touch enough, in as much as it could mean a loss in your business, see that you are provided good and meaningful support. Send them a question or two. Study the response. Find out if they are available on the phone in case you are in an emergent situation. Make outright that this furtherance is complimentary and they leave not a sailing creature in the presence of customer support. Finally, you commit to a gem that matches your liveliness needs. Search before you play ball for a deal. Narrow loan your preferable to a few to be hosts. Look for their reputation. Ask them examples of sites hosted. Check with their substantial clients and gem how joyous they are. Most useful scene hosts are available between $15.50 with few differences that could element to the individual. You can constitute teeny and enlargement impending provided your lessor gives you this option. Select the one who allows you to promote if the lust arises. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about web hosting for your e-commerce oriented business. Let us know in the comments section down below if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful and interesting. Remember to leave a thumbs up before you leave. Also subscribe to Colorful Finance and click the notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest releases as always. Thanks for stopping by and watching. See you again soon in the next one.